Hey everybody, it's Josh from UncleErniesTackle.com, or the website formerly known as. Today we're going to be talking about glow lures. So glow lures, this is actually how I got into making lures. We use them for burbot out here. But I got kind of tired of shooting just your plain old glow, your glow powder, right? So typically everything you see on the internet is either you get the glow powder, you mix it with your plastic, or you get the glow powder, you mix it with your epoxy. And then, you just charge it up with your UV light, you send it down the hole, and that's pretty much that. The problem is, when we fish for burbot, it's like 10 degrees outside, and I just get so sick of leaving my warm tent to recharge all my lures. And so this year I decided to go with something different. That something different are these micro glow sticks. And so I thought a little bit about this. I thought, I could design a new lure to accept them, or I could take kind of like the path of least resistance, and that's what I ended up with here. So what you can see there is I actually just threw the sticks in it and shot over it, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So what we have here, this is a mold I made. Well, I didn't really make it. All I did was I copied kind of the smallest crawfish I could get. A lot of these burbot feed on crawfish during the winter, baby craws, and so I had previously shot kind of small grubs like I had showed you earlier. But I figured I'd also shoot some crawfish as well. So last year these worked really well with glow powder, but this is ridiculously simple. So you just take them, and that's literally it. We're gonna set them in there. Get another package open here, and I got these glow sticks online. They were imported from China, obviously, but they seem to work pretty well. So that's that. Those are gonna sit right there, and then we'll just close it up and we'll shoot it. Alright, so I pulled these out. I did find one thing that I didn't like, kind of a deal breaker. That was that basically the way the sprue was oriented, it made the glow stick sit off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to these. I already took the glow sticks out, so I'm going to lay them back in here, like so. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down flat like that, and then I'll just shoot it this way. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to use some mold release, just because these things I'm using a really soft plastic, which is, I shouldn't be, just because then when you break the sticks, it kind of busts up the plastic as well. But also these alumililte molds tend to get a little bit sticky, I guess is what I'd call it. Just the surface area is not, or the surface condition's not great, so it kind of grabs the baits when you're trying to pull them out. So I'll go shoot those again, and I will show you the results. Alright, so I got those all demolded. They turned out really, really good. You can see exactly, everybody's got their claws on there. It's got really nice features. This is pretty used to this is what I'm used to seeing when I use these alumililte molds. Especially when you use the mold release. For some reason they seem to love mold release. These turned out absolutely phenomenal. So I'm actually not going to break any of these because I'm going to fish them in 2 days time. So just two things before I go. The first thing is use a cold mold. Temperature wise, I don't know what the melting temperature of these glow sticks is, and I would really hate for you to make a nasty mess. It's just peroxide and one other chemical that makes this reaction, but you still probably don't want to be mixing that with plastisol. And then the second thing is just about color selection. So you don't have to get super crazy with color selection. Feel free to use your scrap plastics. I found that it glows really well. From everything from like a light brown all the way up, not a black obviously, but if you're looking for just kind of that dull glow, maybe you can just run like a little bit of white, but a little bit of white does actually kind of help show more color. So just give that a shot. And then if you want that super sharp, very localized color, you're going to go with kind of a new plastic, just brand new clear. So those are the two tips I have. The third is that if you're going to use this method, and you're not going to go design a bait where you actually have a pocket to slide it in, which I thought about doing, but it was too much work. You're going to want to use, so if you're using this method, you're going to want to use a little bit harder plastic. So I don't know what they call it now, if it's like a tube plastic or whatever. Everybody's got their marketing gimmick. Just put a little bit of hardener inside of your plastic. That way it can withstand some of these, if you're breaking them internally, you won't punch through your lure. So I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you later.